Induced resistant in plants is key to smart agriculture, helping farmers protect crops sustainability. Hello, wonderful attendees. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is induced resistance in plants. Need of the hour in crop smart agriculture. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Dr. Adish Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of Plant Pathology, School of Agriculture, lovely Professional University. Dr. Kumar holds an MSc Agriculture from CSA University, Kanpur, and a PhD Agriculture from Meerut. With a rich academic background, he has extensive experience in fungal pathology, seed pathology, and fungal decomposition. Dr. Kumar has authored numerous research papers, books, patents, and copyrights. And I would like to introduce Mr. Navdeep Singh, research scholar at PAU Ludhiana, with a remarkable academic background, including gold medal honors in the bachelor degree and a university honor award in his master degree. And as a dedicated member of Indian Society of Plant Pathology at PAU Ludhiana, he brings a wealth of expertise to his research endeavors. So I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Chandan Agarwal, Senior Officer in the Division of Admission at Lovely Professional University. With over 13 years of experience in career guidance and counseling, Mr. Chandan has played a pivotal role in shaping the futures of numerous students. Mr. Chandan also leads the call center team, ensuring seamless communication and support for students. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now hand over the things to Dr. Adish and Mr. Navdeep. And it would be an absolute delight to listen from both of you. Over to you, Dr. Adish and Mr. Navdeep.
Thank you, Ms. Palvinder. Thank you for the address and introduction. Hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can continue.
So, a very good afternoon to everyone. As introduced by Ms. Dalvinder Kaur, I'm Dr. Adish Kumar, and today we are going to have a conversation on a very real-time topic, that is induced resistance. I request Navdeep to share the screen. Yeah. So as informed by Ms. Purvinder Kaur that the topic is induced resistance in plants. And yes, of course, it is the need of the hour. In crop smart agriculture, we can also say that climate smart agriculture. So next to me, Mr. Navdeep Singh, he was the student of LPU years back. Now he is doing his PhD from Department of Plant Pathology, College of Agriculture, Punjab Agriculture University. So he will be accompanying me, and in the later half, he will be discussing with you. So Navdeep, next slide. Next slide, please. Navdeep, if I'm audible.
Mute yourself, Mr. Navdeep, and share the screen.
Is it sharing, sir?
Okay. Can you go to the next slide? Because still, I can see the first slide only, the introductory slide only. Okay, I can switch. I can stop my video, so maybe so we can get fast.
Navdeep sir, you can click on the enable editing, then you will be able to switch it. Click on the enable editing on the top.
Yeah, at the top of slide, that message is coming. You make yourself enable.
It is enabled, sir.
So it is changing at your end.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's not changing at my end. Okay, once stop sharing it and then share it again.
Is it now? Is it sharing now?
First, yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. So yeah, make it full screen.
Is it visible now?
It's not full still to me, but
Sir,
yeah.
do it this way, right?
Okay, okay, no issues. Though animations would help better way to understand, but
Yes.
it's okay. We
But
will
it's
go
not.
this way.
Yeah.
We'll go this way. Oh, just give me a moment. Give me a moment. You Navdeep, stop once. Sharing the PPT, stop once. So let me share it from my side and try. So guys, just wait for a while. Uh, just a minute, guys.
Dr. Adish and Mr. Navdeep, can you please continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Just
Dr.
a
Adesh
minute.
is
Just a minute.
sharing the
Just a
screen.
minute. I'm just trying to start it from my side because if we don't show it that way, yeah, just give me a moment. It is started at my end. Do tell me if my screen is visible.
Your screen is visible. You can continue, sir.
Yeah, just I'm going to start. So it's coming.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah. So sorry for the interruption, guys. Let us begin again. And I wanted to know you before we begin knowing more about the induced resistance in plants. I wish that you know more about, understand more about the induced. So, guys, simply saying that induced means it is a journey between the point A to point B. So, understanding term induced is the journey or transformation from point A to point B. Rather, I would say from the body A to body B. So you easily can understand seeing these two pictures or the transformation of A to B, isn't it? So before I discuss further about it, I would like to introduce this definition that induced resistance is inducing resistance in a body by introducing an agent. So this agent, my meaning of this agent means a biological agent, or by exposing them to an environmental condition or a chemical. It is a modified definition, right? So here from the picture, let us understand this, that A, if I simply say, though it's not uh, hypothetically that much true, but what we see, we say the A is lean, is weak, and less in physical strength, what we see here in the picture. But when once it is transformed into B, it seems muscular and strong, isn't it? So once the body is induced, and this picture you understand well, that when A, how come it becomes B? Definitely after joining gym, we can understand it these days in current scenario, after joining gym. But not only joining the gym, one can become like this. He will have to get through this, that after getting into a different environment, into the gym, definitely we everyone know that it's a unpleasant environment. It's not a comfortable environment what one can get at home, right? Sitting in the AC. So exposure to the environment. Another thing is that he or one must start taking some extra or additional diet. So diet contains chemical, and even we can say the probiotics, means both biological and chemical. So this satisfies the definition, this picture actually. But let me help you understand more about this, that I have mentioned here two terms, like I have highlighted it, agent, and you because I have taken here a character that you everyone, most probably everyone know this character. And if we go to the history, or yeah, to the memories of this character, we know that from the very early stage or in the childhood stage, this guy was introduced with some agents, biological agents, right? So this transformation was the result of induction of a biological agent. Let us take another example here. Yeah, everyone know this character. So this was another case, a young boy. Again, he was a lean and very shy kind of guy, but once he was bite by a rare species of spider, means again, it was induced into the body. Something special was induced into the body. So there was physiological changes in the body. So it was an induced body, isn't it? So let us come back to. Then I have again highlighted another word, that is chemical. So let us see few examples of this. And this time I have taken two examples. One is a very positive character, a right character. And if you have seen this movie, I have seen this movie. So this was the case that he was exposed. Again, he was a very lean, but a confident and very mentally strong boy. But when he was exposed to an extreme environmental condition, he was transformed. So again, it was the case of induction, means he was induced. But another example is a negative character again. It is from the movie Amazing Spider-Man, right? Where the scientists with a wrong mindset transformed into a lizard. But it was the pure case of a chemical, isn't it? So this way, a body can be induced in humans. The very next time I'm going to discuss a very practical example which everyone have got through, experienced, examined in past year, right? And this is the case of vaccination. But before vaccination, we were introduced with, and I would like to know it from you guys in the chat box. You just let us know that which picture you see here. What do you understand by this? Though a hint is given, that is COVID-19, but I wish from your side that you mention in the chat box that the picture you see, or if I give you more hints, the organism you see, you name this organism, what you see in the picture. So I'll be checking the chat box for your responses. Meanwhile, I go ahead. So once we were introduced, this was the condition case, started getting sick, not everyone, but which were highly susceptible or prone to the infection. And then we came to know so many disclaimers, the advisory, the suggestions, right? Symptoms at big scales. But the case study is about the induction, right, of resistance. So it starts here, right? And I'm sure that each one of present here have gone through this vaccination for coronavirus. Yeah. Yeah. So everyone underwent the vaccination for corona. So here from this picture and from this picturization, there are two understanding about induction of a resistance into a body, be it of a human, be it of an animal, or next we will be talking about the plants. So can anyone guess or tell me the another very successful example of this induced resistance? Let me give you a guess that and hint that it is again was in case of human beings, where the childs, right, the kids of age 5 or below were given a kind of drug, right? And it was a very successful example of vaccination, we can say, or induced resistance, especially in human beings. There have been so many other examples in animals as well, isn't it? So let us begin further. As I was letting you know that based on the introduction means of an agent, be it biological agent or a chemical agent, or to a specific environmental conditions, right? So the body, a host, we may call it host, responds in two ways or different ways, means it depends upon the signaling. A body receives, a body reply. So we can say that induced resistance is of two types. That is, the first type is systemic acquired resistance. Guys, be responsive in the chat because I have asked you something. So it would be good that if you give some responses. I see that Subhajit, Rima, Nitish, Mohammed, Hassan, Minakshi, Diksha, Ayon, Oronde. So you are there present and many more are available there. So keep on giving your responses as well. So based on the signaling or signals received and passed on or replied by a body or a host, be it human, be it animal or a plant. First type is systemic acquired resistance, means a resistance which is acquired by a system, right? To understand, I have mentioned a keyword there, that is post-infection. Means this kind of resistance is produced by a system after getting an infection, a real-time infection. Taking example from corona, there were some affected by the coronavirus, some were not, okay? But those were affected by the coronavirus or infection, many of them recovered very well. And they were not affected or infected again by the corona, means any other strains of the corona, right? So those who were attacked by the coronavirus and recovered, and later again they have not got another infection, though they were introduced with the corona, but they have not got any other infection. So this was the perfect example of systemic acquired resistance. Second type or another type is induced systemic resistance, right? So it seems kind of artificial, means here resistance is induced into a system, right? The keyword and or the understanding point here is post-injection. The first one was post-infection, means a real-time infection. And the second one was post-injection. Like in case of corona, at later stage, vaccine was developed and everyone underwent vaccination. So this was the end. Now resistance is induced and they were able resist any infection by coronavirus. So this was the perfect example of induced systemic resistance. Though when we go through the literature, we underwent it. So we will find so many different and deep information and case studies about these two types of induced resistance. But the what I just informed you is a very basic information and superficial understanding of the concepts. So let us go ahead. So it is to understand that be it systemic acquired resistance or induced systemic resistance, right? These are induced in plant by application. As I informed with examples in previous slides, that with biotic means if it is a biological, or abiotic if it is environmental condition, or if it is chemical. So these are induced, right? So resulting, these resistance, these are broad spectrum and long lasting. Okay, so if we discuss a bit about these one by one. So first is systemic acquired resistance. If you look into the screen, right? Here a keyword is mentioned that this resistance after introduction with pathogen is triggered and it is linked with linked with what? The augmentation or production of salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is a secondary metabolite actually, and is a kind of chemical which is produced by the plant itself, but after introduction with a foreign particle, it is produced more. It is augmented more, right? And when the high level of salicylic acid is produced, it provides a kind of resistance to the plant against pathogen, right? So one more word is mentioned, that is pathogenesis related protein. So again, next to the secondary metabolites, some proteins are there available in the body, right? And these proteins gets activated. These proteins are actually defensive proteins. So these are activated after the encounter with a pathogenic agent or a foreign particle in the host body. Hope you got this point, right? So as I just discussed with you, that salicylic acid is produced in higher amount, and it is directly associated with the proteins, which is defensive proteins in the body in a system. So it gets it activated, and it provides a long lasting protection against that particular pathogen, which this defense system has been activated against. Right? So it is a simple presentation to understand. You see that infection, that is very natural kind of thing. We don't make it artificial in general. So infection is done naturally, and over getting the signals from the pathogens. Signals are received by the plant, and in return, in reply, salicylic acid is produced in higher amount. Okay, and finally, it provides protection. So this is a very graphical presentation of this. If you get through this, that when signal are received by the nucleus, which is the central point of a cell, any cellular system, nucleus is the central point, right? So signals are received at nucleus, and from there, these resistant signals are getting spread throughout the system, and defense responses are now getting back towards the infection. So it helps reducing and arresting the infection at the point of infection. Suppose infection is started from the leaf. So, and at what part of the leaf it was started? Once defense is activated, it goes back to the same portion, same place where it was started, and stops further infection. Likewise, induced systemic resistance, as I informed you, that it is generally can be counted as artificial, but that we use in case of research. But in general, in natural phenomenon, some microorganisms which are freely available in the soil nearby the rhizosphere and the philosphere of the plant, these organisms help activating this resistance into the plant system. Like in case of previous, salicylic acid was triggered. In this case, another chemical is triggered, right? That we know as jasmonic acid, right? In some literature, ethylene is also mentioned. So rest is similar. Over encounter, over introduction with those plant growth promoting rhizobacteria or some other microorganisms which are not actually pathogenic, they initiate or introduce into the system. Jasmonic acid gets activated, and it provides resistance, right, to the system. So this resistance actually to get the plant ready for the upcoming infections. or upcoming encounters. So it is just like giving vaccination. Okay, so we can equate it with the vaccination. So this is the graphical representation of this, that some proteins are going to be activated, like in case of previous system, previous resistance, and makes a plant resistant finally for the upcoming infections. So in researches, if I tell you frankly, and on research point of view, in researches we use this resistance more than the SAR. So it was for the information. Okay, in case of SR and in case of ISR, I'm using the short forms for those resistance. In both the cases, the key compounds are secondary metabolites, right? And the metabolites from different classes are highlighted red here. You can get through this, that like phenolics, alkaloids, saponins, terpenes, right? Even lipids and carbohydrates also act as secondary metabolites and help plant stand strong against the infections, right? So definitely when we talk about this, we also talk about the factors which actually affect induction of the resistance into the plant system. Like since beginning, we are discussing that it is actually exposure, means external exposure to a system, plant system or the animal system. It is external exposure. So the factors which are going to affect this induction of resistance into a system would be external and internal as well. As you see here, that environment, crop nutrition, right? So these are the external factors, but genotypes, it is something internal. Like I have shown you the pictures in the previous here and here. If one plant after getting infection is producing signals back and making a plant resistant, it means this variety of the plant, this cultivar, this genotype is having kind of resistance available into the system. Okay, but there will be another category of plant where there is no resistance available within the system. So there, either there will be no production of salicylic acid, or there will be very less production of salicylic acid that is not sufficient to provide defense to the plant system. So hope you understand this point here. Okay, so next to this, the point would be that induced resistance, now everyone understands that it is a good thing. It is good having into a system, be it of a human being, be it of a plant. But how come this resistance or this development or induction of the resistance into a system? Specifically, we are talking about the plants. So into a plant, it would be helpful further to make the crop production more sustainable. So for this, I will call my colleague, Mr. Navdeep Singh, to put some lights on this point. Yes, Navdeep, you are audible
Dr.
now.
Adesh. Yes, sir. Yes. So Dr. Adesh has already defined in a very easy and a simple way that what is an induced resistance. Now the question arises that why we need that. So there are few questions that arrive daily in our life, and whenever we have to start our day, we ask ourselves these four questions like when, why, how, and where. So these four questions are attached to this phenomenon as well. So why we need induced resistance. When we have to go for induced resistance, and how we can induce resistance into the plants, what are the ways and where, is our target on the plant, like either it is root, either it is leaves, so either it is the fruits where we have to attack, where we have to apply some chemicals or whatever the agents that we are going to use for inducing resistance, where we have to target on the plants. So these four questions are major important. So Dr. Adesha has already mentioned the Marvel heroes, that the quality is there inside only. Just we have to provide some stimulation, we have to provide some external agent just to enhance or just to increase its power to its beyond limits, so that it can provide us the results we want. Just as the example here, that the superheroes is like our plants, they are secondary metabolites, and the bad guys, the villains, are the pathogens, either it is bacterial, fungal, or viral, whatever it is. So what they do is, whenever they attack, they overcome the plant metabolism, they overcome its functioning, and deteriorates its the normal production yield. So we need just like I would like to quote here one another example, like in humans, in animals, there are antibodies. So whenever a pathogen, whenever a disease attacks on the human bodies, with the response to that, human body produce some kind of antibodies to overpower these pathogens. But whenever a plant is get attacked by fungus, bacteria, or even a virus, there is no any kind of antibodies over there. So the nature has provided them their own kind of defense mechanisms, which is known as resistance or the tolerance. So these are accompanied by some secondary metabolites, or which are various kinds of proteins, phenols, phytolexins, you name it, it is a wide range. So sir has defined already that it is a system of exposing them to some kind of external agents, either it is chemical, either it is microbial. So what they do is they stimulate the already present secondary metabolites in the plants, and they tell them to increase their power beyond their reach, so that whenever a pathogen is there, whenever a pathogen attack, the plant would be ready to comprehend that attack whenever the pathogen attacking. So so there is why we need induced resistance in a fast agriculture production system, where we have fungicides with respect to other chemicals, when we just spray today and tomorrow we will get the results. So why we go for induced resistance? Because it does, sir has already mentioned that it has no side effects. When we talk about the fungicides, when we talk about the bactericides or other chemicals, every one of them has a negative impact on a human health or a plant health, or even environmental effects as well. Some of the chemicals even have the toxin accumulations over the time in the human body. So their use, the governments are going for using the green agriculture approaches, the green chemistry. They are approaching the green chemistry, and in which induced resistance is one of that kind, where we are using the already present chemicals, we are extracting them, and we are spraying them on the plants to stimulate the resistance responses. So when we have to do that, what is the correct stage of the plant? It may vary from plant to plant. It may vary from disease to disease, which disease we are targeting, which kind of plant is there, what kind of environment is there. So it may vary from these conditions. And how? Either we have to stimulate by the suppose if we are going to use PGPRs, the plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, so we have to apply in the roots. If we are spraying any kind of chemicals like baba chemicals, like strobilurin chemicals, we have to go for the leaf target, we have to spray them on the leaves and initiate the defense responses. So this is our how responses. Nowadays, I would like to quote an example. There is a very famous, and it is a recommendation by the PAU in various crops like cotton and rice as well. The application of 2% potassium nitrate. So they are recommending the spray of or the inoculation of 2% potassium nitrate to the seeds before sowing, so that the seeds should be primed, so that the potassium nitrate will be able to increase its germination and inducing some disease resistance potential in the seeds itself. Whenever we are going to transplant in the in the fields, or we are going to sow the seeds in the fields. So 2% potassium nitrate is recommended by the PAU in the package to prime the seeds for better yield and better germination. And even though 2% potassium nitrate is even recommended on the foliar application at flowering stages, 2 sprays of that in cotton and in rice as well, and various other crops as well. The trials are going on. So the fundamental of that is exposing them to some kind of external agent so that the plant itself will be able to modify its structure or increase the potential or increase the amount of secondary metabolites in system, so that whenever the pathogen or whenever the abiotic or biotic stress is there, it will be able to comprehend that pressure. And the next thing is where. So the priming technique I mentioned here is there are three, the basic criteria of priming is there: the seed priming, the root priming, and the leaf priming. The seed priming I mentioned that you have to dip the seed in the material, in the chemical agent or whatever the agent you have available for inducing the resistance. And another is the root dipping method, the root priming method. It is very common in Punjab in case of foot rot in rice. So here the PAU recommending is a Trichoderma species, Trichoderma herzianum, Trichoderma spirillum. Nowadays we have a label claim for Trichoderma spirillum against foot rot disease. So what they do is 3 gram per kg of the seedlings. They make a slurry and they dip the roots in that solution to prime the soil so that it will not only disinfect the pathogen but also provide stimulation to the roots, to the plant, to the seedlings, so that it will be able to comprehend the disease in whenever we are going to transplant in the fields as well. So that is what it is going on. So I would like to conclude my discussion now that ISR is now in a great demand. So the fungicides, all the chemicals, day by day are going to reduce, and the governments and the various organizations are working on the organic agriculture. So whenever we have to talk about organic agriculture, major phenomenon that is induced resistance that come into play when I talk about the pathogen and the resistance relationship with the plants. So best of luck for your future perspectives. So with that, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Navdeep and Dr. Adish. And now I would request to the admission nominee, Mr. Chandan Agarwal, to be on the screen. Over to you, Mr. Chandan Agarwal.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and very good evening, everyone. So first, would like to thank Adesh sir and Navdeep sir for your valuable insights. So I would like to show my screen first. Just one moment. Sir, I would like to request Navdeep sir. Navdeep sir, can you switch off the presentation so that I can present my screen?
Yeah, let me do that.
Yes.
I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Screen is visible. You can continue, Mr. Chandan Agarwal.
Thank you, everyone. So I would like to discuss first. It is India's largest university. Lovely Professional University is India's largest university. We have top-notch accreditations. As you can see, we are NAC accredited with the rank of 3.68 on the 4-point scale, which is the highest in this right area in all over India, which is the highest rank. And you can see the further approvals. Just one moment, I'm facing the issue with the scrolling. Yeah, so you can see further accreditations. We have accreditation related to our university has been approved by UGC in the month of November 2005. And post that we got so many further accreditations related to the agriculture also. NCT is another accreditation which we got for the education programs. ICR was there, and then accredited Council of Business Schools, ACBSP accreditation. And then further, if I'll move, there is our architecture block has been approved. Architecture department has been approved by the Council of Architecture. Then we have approval of PCI for pharmacy programs. And similarly, we have certain other Bar Council of India for our law programs, and then these are few approvals you can see. And further, if I'll move to the further approvals, we have like memberships also. You can see Association of Indian Universities, which is a big thing for any university to have an association, a part of Association of Indian Universities. It plays a big and vital role in terms of, if I'll say, uh, like sports activities. Sorry, at the same time, we are also approved from the International Association of the Universities, IAU, right? Moving further, few more memberships are there. The Institution of Engineers, and then Association of Commonwealth Universities, UK, right? So these are few memberships that we had. And LPU is known for the placements. We have a dedicated department. We call it uh, DAA, Department of Academic Affairs. What they do, they used to update our syllabi and curriculum every year. They used to sit with the so many recruitment drives, those who are coming to our campus, 600 to 1100 companies they are visiting every year, right, in our campus for the recruitment. So here I would like to share few record breaking package, 3 crore package in the global MNC at in Germany, right? You can see Yasir got placement of 3 crore rupees. Similarly, if I talk about the domestic packages, our student selected into the Google India, which is a big name, and at the package of 64 lakh. I would like to, you can see on the screen few more packages which are above 50 lakh on this screen only. And see, these are few like recently, I'll talk about the recent packages in BTech CSE, it went up to 54.75 in Palo Alto. Moving further, you can see the big name of the companies, the big brands, they are visiting campus. If I'll focus or speak specifically about the agriculture, you can see this Epi Reddy, Bhanushekar Reddy, who was a student of BSc Honors Agriculture, got placed at the CTC of 17 lakh, which is a dream package for a graduate student. Similarly, the another achievement of agriculture students specifically, if I'll say, he got selected by the Goodrick, Rahul Daya. Goodrick is one of the leading brand in the tea making. They have a tea gardens in the West Bengal area. So he got selected at the CTC of 10 lakh per annum. Moving further, you can see our rankings also. Our achievements and the way of pedagogy and curriculum. It has been recognized by the number of ranking agencies. So the World University Ranking 2023, they had ranked us second in the business and economics, 23rd amongst top universities of India, both government and private. And then we have been selected. We got the sixth rank in the engineering, and then eighth in the clinical health, ninth in the computer science, and 12th in the life sciences. You can see few rankings. This is I'm scrolling the screen. Moving further, university not only concentrated to academic part, we are also giving the wings to the students to explore and like for having a extra co-curricular activity. It's a very happening campus. We used to have so many things in the campus. You can see everybody knows about the Neeraj Chopra, right? So I would like to share. It was a proud moment for us also. LPU creates a history. Out of the 13 students, 12 students got Olympic medals, and some examples. And you can see in this slide, one gold medal won by everybody knows Neeraj Chopra, and then silver and two bronze medals were there. Moving further, at present also I would like to add here, present hockey team, half of the hockey team are the LPU students, right? So these are few other achievements in the other co-curricular activities, right? First, you can see on your screen, Indian Science Congress, perhaps world's largest science event, and proudly saying it has been, it is a protocol of that Indian Science Congress that Prime Minister has to inaugurate this event. So we fortunately, Lovely Professional University was the first private university who got this chance to host this Indian Science Congress, 106th Indian Science Congress hosted by LPU in 2019. Moving further, you can see few big dignitaries These are the big person. Everybody knows these are the personalities who visited our campus, and you can see celebrities used to come for their promotion, for motivation. Everybody knows these persons, right? So these are the, see, this I would like to add. We have a IMAC lab. This is again a big thing. You rarely find a IMAC lab in the colleges and in university. Proudly saying, in North India, LPU is having a IMAC lab where Apple systems are installed and students can do their practical works. As well as we have a 5-story library, so you can spend your time here also. And this is a shopping mall within a campus for feed for the daily requirements of the student, because we have Asia's largest residential facility. Perhaps 21 to 22,000 students are staying within a campus. This is an inside view of the shopping mall that we have. This is a gymnasium facilities. Yes, I would like to also add. So we have a 50-bedded hospital within a campus only. In case of any kind of medical support, so our hospital is there. This is a, you can see the night view of the campus. It's a lush green gardens you can see, and then this is a night view of the campus. Few other sports activities, we call it indoor stadium. Tennis courts are there, archery is there. See, Olympics level swimming pool is there. Or right, moving further, apart from these co-curricular activities, we have a one add-on advantage. You hardly you listen such kind of things that any university is offering. I don't know any kind of universities offering scholarship for other universities. So study grant, this is a big thing in our university. We are offering the study grant of rupees 1 lakh to study in other institutions. Other institution, what I means, I'll take an example of agriculture related program only. Let's say if I'll talk about the NEET examination, majority of the students who appeared for the NEET, if they got selected in any of the government institutions for their medical, for MBBS, then at the same time, if they have a good score in LPUNEST, say for example, if they are ranked in LPUNEST, LPUNEST is an entrance exam for lovely professional university. So if they appeared and having a rank up to top 100 students, we will provide them 1 lakh rupees hard cash for study in the government medical government institutions. Moving further, so how to apply with our university? So let's go live. I'm changing my screen to the our official website. Our website name, you can see lpu.in. Once I click on lpu.in, this page is open up. Once I hover my mouse to the admissions, you can see the program is listed down. After 12th, these are the options. Then after 10th program, if I want to see, I can click on this. And similarly, after graduation program is there. And we are offering it ranging from diploma to postdoctorate degrees, right? So once I click on the regular programs, let's say I'll click on this regular program after 10 plus 2, further disciplines are open. You can see, I would like to click on the agriculture. If I click on the agriculture, see, this is a degree that we are offering, BSc Honors Agriculture. Similarly, if I would like to explore what are the degrees offered by the after graduation, then I'll click on this part. See, just one moment. If I'll click after graduation in regular programs, you can see the options available. See here, if I'll click on the agriculture, these all are the MSc programs. Total 16 programs that we are offering, out of which you can see these 8 are PG programs, MSc Agriculture, 1 UG program, that is BSc Honors Agriculture, and there's 7 PhD we are offering in different specializations under the agriculture department. So if I'll talk about the Honors Agriculture BSc, once I click on the BSc Honors Agriculture, this window will open up. As soon as I'll scroll it down, the very first section, it includes the eligibility criteria. I can check the eligibility of the program before applying. Here in this case, for BSc Honors Agriculture, our criteria is minimum 60% marks is required in 10 plus 2 with English as a mandatory subject, and 3 subjects out of physics, chemistry, math, bio, and agriculture student has to have. Only then they'll be eligible for applying in LPU. And post that, we also require the entrance exam. So out of these three, student can, if say for example, if I have appeared in the JEE mains and I have a good score means above 80, then this LPU nest, which is our own entrance exam, will be exempted. Similarly, if I have applied for the CUET and I'm expecting the score above 80, even then this will be exempted. But at present, we are promoting that do apply for the LPU nest, as CUET's result is still pending. So you can apply for the LPU nest. Moving further, I'll also explain how to apply. But before that, I would like to highlight few things. You can see these are the subjects. You can see now first year, second year, third curriculum details. If I want to see which are the subjects that I'll be going to study in this degree. So if it by default first year has been selected. So under the autumn term, which means the first semester, you can see these are the subjects that one should study under the first semester. If I would like to see that what I'll be studying under the agriculture heritage, then the brief gist of this subject is also given. By clicking on this, I can access these things. Similarly, if I'll move further, these are the, again, here is an important thing. Up to this elective offers in the curriculum. This is a big thing. You won't find these things commonly in the other colleges and universities. Here in our university, you can see area electives are here. Area elective means you can choose any of these area for, say, 7 area electives are mentioned here. Let's say if I'm interested in crop improvement, then I'll be having these three subjects in my degree. I need to study these three subjects, right? That will be provided by the university without any extra cost. That is the important thing. Similarly, I need to select the module elective also, which out of these options you can see, student can choose any of the module elective as per their own interest. Let's move to the fees part. So here our fees is not fixed. We value the students' efforts, so it varies from the as per the candidate's caliber. So we have so many options of scholarships. First of all, our own entrance exam and scholarship test, we call it LPU nest, as I already shared. And we also consider the national level exams, as I already shared, CUET and JEE, as well as we are also giving the scholarship on the basis of NEET plus board examination. So say for example, if I have a good percentage in 10 plus 2, let's say 85%, and I want to apply for the BSc Honors Agriculture, then I need to, as per the eligibility, I need to appear for the LPU nest also. So in LPU nest, here are few cutoffs. The total marks would be of 400. It consists of 400 marks. Then there will be 3 category cutoffs. We segregated the students into the 3 categories at the time of result, right? So student may get either third category, second category, and first category, depends on their score. So out of 400, if somebody will be able to score 300, it is a tentative cutoff. It is not an exact one. So it may vary from 10 to 15, right? So 300 to 315, it may vary. And then if I'll be able to score this much, I'll be counted under the category 1 cutoff. What it means I'll be getting the 38% scholarship, and instead of 1,20,000, which is a base fee, I'll be getting a scholarship of 45,600, and my applicable fee would be 74,400 per semester. And add-on advantages, this is not only for one semester or 1 year, but for all 8 semesters, this scholarship will be applicable for all 4 years. Similarly, second cutoff and third cutoff, you can check the details. And at that same time, if I'll be, as I said, I had a board, I took an example of 85%. So I'll be by default on the basis of boards, I'll be lying in this category, which means by default on the basis of board percentage, I'll be eligible for 33,600 scholarship, which means 28%. And my applicable fee in that case will be 86,400. But at the same time, if I'll appear in the nest and I score, I'll be able to score this much equal to category 1 cutoff, then my scholarship will be increased and my fee will be further reduced to 74,400. But one scholarship will be given at one time, which one will be the highest, right? So these are the, as I said, we are also valuing the students. If somebody is appeared in the JEE mains or NEET, You can see if I have a percentile more than 95 in JEE mains, or if I appeared in NEET and I have a rank 1 to 1 lakh, then I'll be eligible for equivalent to cut off one scholarship, which means 38%. And again, my fee in that case would be 74,400. This. Similarly, you can check the other slabs here also. Moving further, right? So these are the important dates for this schedule. 1st May onwards, we are taking the applications for this program, whether it is MSCs or BSc. You can apply up to the 25th of May. 25th May is the last date for the phase 2 benefits. Actually, we are doing the admission in the phases. So phase 2 is going on. So in this phase, last date to apply is 25th of May. And you'll be having a result within a 2 working days. It is mentioned here within a 48 hours, 48-hour working hours, you'll be getting the result. And within the next 7 days, you need to take the admission to get the benefits of phase 2, right? So this was a gist about the how to apply. Now 360-degree view is also available. If somebody wants to see the campus, I just click on the 360-degree view. You can see so many options are here. I can scroll it down. I can explore the further things.
Welcome to Lovely Professional University, India's largest single campus and technology-driven university with world-class infrastructure. Please feel.
So I'm closing it for as of now, but I just would like to share this thing. These options are also available. If somebody wants to see the campus virtually, these options are available. So here, few other things. MSc Agriculture, again, the similar thing as I shared. So these are the few options, how we can apply. If I want to check the subjects, similar things are available. Fee structure, how to see, I have already explained. So moving further, this is another website, schools.lpu.in. So how it will be beneficial for us? Let's say I want to know something more about the agriculture department specifically. So as soon as I'll click on schools.lp.in, I'll scroll it down and I need to click here. It is agriculture mentioned. I'll click on read more. You can see it will be showing me the details of the agriculture, specifically Department of Agriculture. We have approximately 20 schools, out of which agriculture department is the largest one. It consists of 300-acre lands for fields for the experiential learning of the agriculture students. These are the few achievements, top companies. These are the specific agriculture companies, those who are visiting campus for the campus recruitment. You can see the big names, Nestle, Mahindra, Agribusiness. So these are few companies. These are the few achievements, as I already shared few in my presentation also. These are the few success stories of the agriculture students specifically. These are the rankings we have already discussed. This is the important thing. We have high-tech poly houses. You can see the glimpse of the poly houses. If I'll click on this picture, this is another view of the poly house. This is another third view of the poly house. These are the few images that we have shared, which is in campus available. If I'll click on the post-harvest management processing lab, if I want to see that, I'll click on this. You can see the click of picture of post-harvest management and processing lab. If I would like to see the agriculture farms available within a campus, as soon as I'll click on this, you can see drone agriculture farming, School of Agriculture. These are the few pictures of the fields available, and agronomy lab. If I want to see, if I'll click on this, you can see the agronomy lab available within a campus. Moving further, you can see these are the companies we have already discussed. Research and innovation, 500 plus Scopus and WS publications that our agriculture department had. So 100 plus patents are there. So many things you can explore here. These are the former students and the current achievers. These are the some success stories, life achievement stories of our alumni. Moving further, this is again an important thing. How university is contributing to give you the more knowledge. So these are the some renowned names in the industry of the agriculture, only in the field of agriculture, those who came to our campus for giving their insights to our students. So guest lectures are also there. So this is a message. This is a list of the faculty members. You can see almost we have all doctorate faculties. You can see the names there. just focus on this part. You can see almost everyone is doctorate here. So we have a PhD faculty members here. From this, I would like to focus on this part. So if anybody is having any queries, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll moving to the last part, how to apply. So once I click on admissions.lpu.in, there is a button of register. The first step is I need to put my name, email, contact number, and then I'll be receiving a OTP on my cell phone, and then I'll fill this basic information, and then I'll need to click on the register button. Then I'll be able to register myself. Moving to the second part, this is the second part. I need to appear into the LPNS exam. As I already shared, I need to qualify this test. If I have appeared in like JEE mains or CUET and I have a good rank, in that case, I can put exemption also. There is an option in the form only. And then, as I said, result will be declared. Now this allotment process has been removed as we are already into the phase 2. So nowadays, the student will be getting the result within 2 days, and then further take admission option will be there. You can pay a minimum fee of 15,000 for BSc Honors Agriculture, and you can proceed with the admission part. Thank you everyone for your support, and that is a brief gist about from my side. So if anybody is having any queries, you can ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chandan Agarwal. As I can see, there are some questions from a participant. Can I take questions, Dr. Adish, Mr. Chandan, and Mr. Navdeep?
Please, ma'am, I'm ready for the questions.
Yeah, what Megha is asking here, what are the benefits of using induced resistant for crop protection?
Okay.
Dr. Adish.
Can you repeat the question once again?
Yeah. What are the benefits of using induced resistant for crop protection?
Okay. Though it was very much covered by Navdeep Singh in his discussion that since we are not using chemicals, means which are pesticides, and being in agriculture or associated with the agriculture, everyone know that there is a very harmful impact of pesticides, using pesticides, because in the form of plant residue, in the form of fruit residue, in the form of vegetable residue, and it goes to the groundwater as well. But in induced resistance, we use helpful bacteria, we use helpful other microorganisms to induce resistance into the plant system. So one side, it is making a plant strong to fight with the pathogens, other biocontrol, other biological agents. And another side, it is helping plants to grow in a very natural way, in a very organic way, right? So help reducing the use of pesticides, pesticide load rather, I would say. So this is the best advantage of using biological, and some we are using chemical agents, but these are not the pesticides, right? So using these agents of induced resistance help plant. That's why we are using that crop smart agriculture word for this, right? Hope you have got that point, your answer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adish. I hope, Megha, you got your answer from our expert. Thank you so much once again to Dr. Adish, Mr. Navdeep, and Mr. Chandan Agarwal. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding your admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you, everyone.